podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Carter.
And I'm your host, Cody Vancillo.
Cody, camp has just started, so we really won't know really anything unless we have any updates coming out of camp, unless we have anything from Florida. We don't even have any clips yet. We only have pictures. NFL's training camp has started. Really, we're just going to take a look to tonight's show. Is going to be a look at more of the national landscape with a few Cyclone news updates. And maybe look at some training camp updates from our fellow Cyclones who just got drafted in this year's draft.
Yep. All right. So first of all, 22 Iowa State Cyclones have been named to training camps. So here's the following list of the Cyclones that are in training camp. Representing the New York Jets will be Brees Hall, Alden Lazard, Will McDonald, and Kene Nwangwu. Representing the Baltimore Ravens will be Jake Hummel, Charlie Kohler, and TJ Tampa. Representing the Houston Texans will be Jaden Higgins, Jalen Knoll, and Xavier Hutchinson. Representing the Detroit Lions will be David Montgomery. Jalen Travis will be representing the Indianapolis Colts. Steve O'Klotz and Miles Purchase will be training with the LA Chargers. And the Uwazurike will be training with the Broncos. Jared Hufford and Darian Porter will be training with the Las Vegas Raiders. Julian Good-Jones and Ben Nickel will be the Washington Commanders. Brock Purdy will once again look to be the starting quarterback at the San Francisco 49ers. Lee Verdon will be with the Atlanta Falcons, and J.R. Singleton will be with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, one name that isn't mentioned on here, but I have seen is former Iowa State basketball player converted to tight end Michael Jacobson will be training with the New Orleans Saints.
Yes. Thank you for that update, Cody, with the NFL training camp updates. Now, I know there is something else that we were talking about pre-show that I also found interesting earlier. On3 had a Donald Trump article about NIL. If you want to share your screen, let's talk about that and really dive deep into that. I found that interesting.
Yeah, this comes off the heels of a executive order signed by the current president, Donald Trump. He signed an executive order earlier today that will prohibit third-party pay-for-play payments and directs the Secretary of Labor and the National Labor Relations Board to clarify athletes are amateurs and not employees, the White House announced. So basically, what this article is saying is, in summary, it's going to prohibit the pay-for-play payments that you might have seen a lot in the Wild West, that is the NIL world, and clarify that student athletes are still going to be considered amateur players rather than professionals. So that's two of the main headlines that will be taken out of this executive order. NCAA President Charlie Baker said that the NCAA is making positive changes for student athletes and confronting many challenges facing college sports by mandating health and wellness benefits and guaranteeing scholarships. But there are some threats to college sports that federal legislation can effectively address, and the association is advocating with student athletes and their schools for a bipartisan solution with Congress and the administration. Now, I did see a third talking point with this whole thing mandating health and wellness benefits and guaranteeing scholarships, that this should be able to save women's sports and non-revenue sports, because I know with the new NAL deal and whatever, the House settlement, that was going to hamper a lot more of the non-revenue sports, and
Right.
it was going to really only benefit football and men's basketball in a lot of cases. So this is a huge legislative bill, executive order that will basically keep the non-revenue sports and many women's sports alive, and especially the women's sports being kept afloat is important because of the growth of obviously women's basketball, just with the star power that you have there, and I mean there's still women's volleyball. That's another huge sport for many colleges. So this is a huge bill that can save those sports and a lot of the other non-revenue sports that will keep scholarships available for a lot of these student athletes who are playing at D1 right now, and will keep their chances afloat of continuing to play at the Division 1 in the college level.
All right. And thank you for that update, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there I do I'm gonna share my screen. I did see a few updates from the Iowa State football Twitter page. So we're gonna go to the Iowa State football page real quick. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just typing it in, and then we're gonna take a look at the Iowa State football.
I think the main thing is like I mean we're all on the countdown to Ireland at this point. That's the that's the end goal we're at right now. Is you got training camps on their way, so you're still like in a little bit long, and we're what about under a month away from Ireland.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to be there. I will be there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's see that. All right. Some more training camp. Looks like Jalen Knowles actually. Yeah, I saw this clip earlier. Jalen Knoll, he's already making plays, so this is great to see.
It's great to see, man. Him and Higgins are already making
Hmm.
amazing. And
Yeah.
let's take a look at what CJ Stroud has to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, this pretty much everybody, but I like the two rookies, Jalen and Jaden. They've come in with a great mindset, really mature guys who love to work, consistently here at the building or, working with me in the off season. So, I'm really excited to see those guys' growth and see them, take a step forward each and every day. And it's not going to be perfect for those guys, but I think they're going to make a lot of plays.
So, like, that is an amazing, uh, just amazing words by CJ Stroud, QB1 down to Houston, that they're
Hmm.
just hard workers. And it just shows that Iowa State is one of those programs to where if you're willing to humble yourself and be coached and developed, you will make big money. You may not make big money from the beginning, but you will definitely would have a great and long lasting NFL career. But
Hmm.
man, let's look at Abu Sama and Carson Hansen. Look at these boys, man. They look cut, bro.
Dude, that whatever the strength conditioning staff and nutrition staff got going on at Iowa State. Yeah, dog simple. Yeah, that's basically what we're looking at. We're looking at two dogs. Obviously, Carson Hansen coming off a very like I think that was his breakout year last year. He had a really good like season last year, and obviously Abu Sama is looking to get back to form. Obviously, having a bit of a slump in his sophomore year, so I'm really excited to see what those two can do in the running back position. And then we've got some more pictures from training camp. Looks like that James Neal or is it Marcus Neal?
That's James Neal,
All right.
and that's
Uh,
Chase Soul,
all right.
Ikenna Eziogu,
Ezeagu and Cooper Evil.
Cooper Evil.
Yeah, dude. Dude, just just the anticipation is really exciting, and it's great to see like training camp. And we know, I think we're getting more content too, because I know like the Cycle YouTube page has been posting more content, so we do get to see more of like the behind the scenes, and just we have another clip. It looks like yeah,
Yes,
training camp. Yeah, it's just a short promo video, but I know for sure that we're looking at what could be another special year. And I mean, we're getting some preseason praise from Pro Football PFF, and John Tess Williams has been ranked as the highest graded returning Big 12 quarterback.
Man, I saw like a crazy thing to where I don't know if it was Alex Gukin or so. I don't know if you saw that page where or that stat where like quarterback passer rating was like a 19 whenever they threw it to him. So like they avoided throwing. Oh, hold on. Let's look at this college thing. Okay, so Johnson Williams last season. This is insane. 338 coverage snaps, one touchdown allowed, four interceptions, five pass breakups, a 19.6 passer rating. Insane, bro. Like shut down corner, like bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And yeah,
and I think I found what you were talking about. The gap, John Tess Williams and whatever. Yeah, this comes from I found the Alex Gukin tweet you were talking
here
about.
I'll stop sharing and then you can share
Yeah,
that.
yeah. This is actually a code tweet from I'll try to remember the name. No. In a second here. Yeah, Bobby Football. Yeah, look at the gap between John Tess Williams and D'Angelo Pons of Indiana.
Holy crap!
That gap
That's
is
elite.
ridiculous. Like there's
telling
being
you,
a good
man.
quarterback, and then there's what this is. And I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah, PFF. And look at wide right, like, yeah, John says, yeah, the QB spiked the ball every play. They would just end up with a 39 passer rating, which is nuts. That is nuts to imagine. You have a better
Yeah.
shot as a quarterback of spiking the foot, a better rating, just spiking the football every play, than throwing it to John Tez Williams.
Yeah, man. That's an insane stat right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if there's somebody that's gonna like be a big piece that we talked about before, John Tez Williams. If there's anybody that's gonna make this defense continue to be like one of the best in the country passing wise, it's gonna be John Tez Williams.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? Can you repeat that again?
Oh yeah, I think just out of like anybody that can make like continue the Iowa State being one of the best like passing defenses in the Big 12 like they were last year, John Tez Williams has to be on like in your top like 3 cornerbacks on the team. Like
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he's gonna make at least a few plays that shift momentum or keeps the momentum with Iowa State. And boy, oh boy, I don't know. Like John Test will continue to lock down probably like your number one. It's going to be a difficult task for many quarterbacks to pass against John Tez.
Nah, it definitely will be, man. That's why I'm really, really excited because I'm thinking probably within these next few weeks, probably like 2 weeks from now, is probably when we're gonna get the depth chart release because by that point it'll be like 2 weeks out from the game, and that's usually when we have depth chart release. But uh, I know we talked about it earlier and talked about it pre-show, but if you want to, let's move on to the volleyball team because the volleyball team just got a new uniform update.
Yeah, dude. Obviously, the volleyball team haven't really talked much about them, but they're we're continuing to add on to the going retro, and I mean this is one of the example jerseys here. So these are going to be our Cardinal red jerseys. So I'm going to guess that we're going to be wearing these to our we're going to wear on our road games, and then obviously Cyhawk. The one thing I really like about this is like I think this is really nice. I love the white trim on the number 2, and just it's so cool that we're really leaning into the retro logos more. But not only that, we also got some gray jerseys as well for the season. So just I think our volleyball jerseys have like gotten really nice because I think last year we debuted some icy whites, and those were really cool. And like in the dark out, like the blackout uniforms as well. Don't know if you've seen those, but I mean, I'm really excited for this volleyball squad. The big things for me is the transfer class that we brought in. We brought in a couple of pretty solid players. Abby Bresner from a local kid from Norwalk, and then Natalie Tia as well from San Jose State. Got some freshman class that looks to be pretty solid, and then we should be getting a return of a healthy Natalie Gonzalez, who is looks like to be on the road to recovering from her season-ending knee injury last year, and Maya Duckworth, who had been on and off with health. So really excited to see where this volleyball squad will go, and to see where we will fit in the grand scheme of this Big 12, which has gotten which is really competitive with the likes of Kansas and Arizona State.
Yeah, definitely. We should see how they are. How they fare this upcoming volleyball season.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next topic. Yeah, on 3 they reported this. North Carolina possibly going to the SEC. Let's talk about this.
Yeah. So on 3, around the same time that on 3 had reported, obviously, the Donald Trump news article, it came out that North Carolina is exploring a potential move from the ACC to the SEC. Now I'll have the article up here. So it says a Tuesday report from Inside Carolina is accurate. So if it's correct, North Carolina could be moving from the ACC to the SEC in the near future. So there's reportedly them and among other schools that could be looking to depart from the ACC, and this could possibly include the likes of Clemson. So, so they're citing Inside Carolina is citing the March settlement to last year's lawsuit filed by Clemson and Florida State as basically the key to potentially opening up the option to move out of the ACC. So, per the ACC settlement terms, league's exit fees go from $165 million dollars this current academic year to $147 million in the 2026-27 year. The number will continue to drop and then ultimately drop under $100 million beginning in 2029. The Inside Carolina report. So, is there a realistic world where you could see North Carolina being in the SEC, and how do you think they would fare?
Football, it would be an uphill battle. I mean, because recruiting wise, it's recruiting wise, it's going to be hell, especially just recruiting in the Southeast, because that's going to be your main. That's going to be your main thing. You're going to be fighting out with Clemson, and you're going to be fighting out with South Carolina and Tennessee for all those same players in that region, especially in North Carolina. Um, so I mean, North Carolina better get to winning more. It'll be tougher than football. It's already like the SEC is already amazing in basketball, and not gonna lie, North Carolina's been sort of mid the last few years, with the exception of that Final Four a few years ago. But like,
Mhm.
they've just been mid. So I
Yeah,
don't know if this iteration of North Carolina. I feel like you're just getting the name right now, and there really hasn't been any like the results to show for it
yeah.
athletically. And then now in other sports, they're really, really good. But like the main ones, I don't know, man.
Okay,
But I mean, regionally, it would make sense.
right. Okay, so I saw somebody said here. This tweet I'm reading right now said somebody said just dismantle the SEC, the ACC, and the SEC would get North Carolina, Duke, Florida State, and Clemson.
Ooh,
And then I did see for the possibility for the Big 12 to tie in the Big 12, there'd be possibility you would add Louisville, Pitt, Virginia Tech, and North Carolina State.
and I'd be okay with that because those are the teams that I would want. Um, because those are all at least for me, Louisville, and Pittsburgh. Like Louisville is like a 6 hour drive away from me. Pittsburgh is like 8 9 hours. So all the like basically, if we add those and we have a road game at like Pitt or at Louisville, like those are really really like drivable road trips out to that part. And then I heard Raleigh is an up and coming city, so I heard that would be a really really cool trip. And then you said who? Oh, Virginia Tech, man. Going there for Enter Sandman, I'd love to go to a game in Blacksburg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, just I think there is some possibilities like you can have like some connections. Dude, that'd be dude. Imagine having the backyard brawl as a Big 12 rivalry.
I'm telling you, man. Like this that us adding these teams, it would basically because West Virginia is sort of like I don't know if you've really been reading up on West Virginia stuff, but I feel like they've been sort of the outlier because they don't really have like a rival. But if you instantly add Louisville and you add because you already have Cincinnati, but you add Louisville, you add Virginia Tech, and they already have a rivalry trophy in that game. I think it's for the Black Diamond or Black Pearl, something like
Yeah,
that.
because we're
And then, oh, go ahead.
because was West Virginia and Virginia Tech both in the Big East? Because I remember.
Yes,
Okay, so they do have some connected history back in the Big East days, and then obviously the backyard brawl, and then I'm curious to see where NC State would fit into this.
NC State. I mean, NC State is like a textile, like blue collar school. So like they would fit in with all the other land grant universities. So they're sort
Mhm.
of like just the same as like a Oklahoma State, Iowa State, K State. They're it's sort of that ilk. And Pitt is basically the typical city school, so it's basically like a UCF, Cincinnati,
A Houston.
Louisville, Houston. Yeah, so they'd fit into the ilk of those type of schools. So like cities, main cities that have a university.
Yeah.
Um,
And then Virginia Tech would fit in with Texas Tech, I think. Would
yeah,
you say?
yeah,
Yeah.
them and then other engineering schools. So yeah,
Okay, that's not too bad. So you're gonna get so in that case, you're gonna get a mix of like the land grant blue collar schools. You got the city schools.
hmm
Then you've got like the more engineering type of schools. And you got the religious schools as well because you obviously have BYU, Baylor, and TCU. So this is quite a mix. That would be quite a mixing pot because in that case, that would make the league what 20 teams then.
20 teams. Yeah.
You know what? While we're talking about this, so let's go down. So let's say we're doing college basketball, all right, for this scenario. So let's say we do have this 20-team Big 12. What are the teams you want, like, say, a home and home against?
Okay, so in this sense, we would have. So then we would have to do a 20 game schedule, then, right? In this scenario, or 18.
Let's see, because you're up against your 20 teams.
Or we would have to. Could we stay at 18? I'm not sure.
Because I would love to play everybody at least once, and then
Hmm.
interesting. We might have to do like some rotations, but like, what are the three? Like, if you were to do if you had to choose 3 teams that you want to play against, at it including like these. So out of like that new 4, who would you want to play the most?
Pitt. Pitt,
Pitt?
because Pitt is our farm. Is our farm system.
We're basically the farm system for Pitt.
We are the farm system for
Like, you
Pitt.
know how we were St. Bonaventure's with our farm system. We're the farm system for Pitt.
Yeah. So it'd be Pitt. It'd be Pitt, Houston, K State, KU.
Mm. Yeah, I would love. Oh, okay, let's see. Man, that's the thing. If only Louisville was like still good at basketball, I'd be like,
Well, they're on the cut. They're back on the cut. They're on the come up.
yeah, they're on the comments stuff. Yeah, but I guess like basketball, that's like there. But oh, dude, I just thought of like the volleyball. When we were talking about volleyball earlier, you're gonna add 2 perennial powerhouses in Louisville and Pitt. Because
Oh, I know.
those 2 teams just went to the Final Four, and obviously Louisville just went to the national championship game against Penn State, and it was literally in Louisville, so that was literally a home game for the national championship. So that's kind of crazy to think about. So you add those 2 to the likes of the BYU, Kansas, Arizona State. That's you might be talking about a lot on all fronts. So this expansion. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does, I do hope those 4 schools that we listed today will be the schools that we kind of target because I think those 4 are the realistic options.
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as I would love Florida State and Clemson, they just don't feel like the right fit for the conference.
No, they're not because they're. I feel like it'd be just like Oklahoma and Texas again, to where they just feel like they. Well, no, Florida State. I feel like Clemson would fit more, but Florida State, no. I know everybody said Miami, but Miami's gonna want to go to the SEC. Like, come on, let's be real. We ain't getting Miami.
And why would we want Miami? What's
Miami? Miami would be great for football.
Oh,
They're a great football brand.
yeah, that's true.
And then that's just another recruiting base too to go down in Miami.
Oh yeah,
But
mm-hmm.
yeah. But let's look at this video. At least lastly, let's take a look at Kirk Cinetti was firing shots at the SEC in the freshman time. Was this at Big Ten Media Days, or was this just? Oh, it's football media days for Indiana. We're gonna take a look at this, and we're gonna go into this and go in here. We're gonna start from the beginning, and I'm gonna share my screen. So 1 second, everyone, and we're gonna share this live. We'll take a look and then give our thoughts. but we're going to start it from the beginning.
And 7 FCS.
But here we go.
Here's the bottom line, okay? We picked up an extra home game, and we play 9 conference games. The 2 best conferences in college football, any football guy that's objective will tell you, is the Big Ten and the SEC. All right? 12 of the 16 SEC teams play 3 G5 or an FCS. 12 of those teams play 36 games, 29 G5 games, and 7 FCS games, and 1 less conference game. All right? So we figured we'd just adopt SEC scheduling philosophy. Some people don't like it. I'm more focused in on those 9 conference games. Not only do we want to play 9 conference games, okay, and have the 4-4 championship, the playoff format, okay, we want to have play-in games to decide who plays in those playoffs. Championship weekend, let's play 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. You want to decide that on the field, make sure everybody's strength of schedule is what it needs to be. Let's make everybody play 9 conference games, and on championship weekend, 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5. And there's still room for another at-large in that format. And why shouldn't the Big Ten have 4 AQs? Because Ohio State actually finished 4th in the conference at the end of the season. Indiana and Penn State were tied for 2nd. They won the tiebreaker. Ohio State won the national championship. Okay? Put the best teams in the playoff.
All right. So what are your thoughts on Craig Signetti?
I think it's very I've always been on the cusp of playing 9 conference games. I think I'm fine with I think that's something every school should do. It's kind of a weird thing where every conference should do. It's weird that certain conferences do 8, others do 9. So it's just pick one across the board. And he also did dive into the automatic qualifiers, and I think the Big Ten does have a case for those 4 automatic qualifiers. I just think they do. Because you obviously have the consistency of Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and then you got Oregon as well. So that's Michigan had it down here, but then you had Indiana, and then you've got schools like Illinois and Iowa who are right there that are looking to possibly get into those spots, along with, I'd say, USC if they can figure out their defense. But I think just playing 9 conference games, I think should be great. And for the SEC, it's still weird. I still don't like the fact they only play 8, where it's really, you want to my thing is you want to prove that you're the best and you play on the field against the best, and only playing 8 conference games doesn't do anything. Doesn't move me. 9 would probably move me a little more, because you're adding an extra SEC opponent. Because you talk about being the top brass, like in college football, and you talk about being the big dogs in college football that prove it, and not have these weak cupcake games literally the week before rivalry week. Prove that you can be consistently the best, and you do it throughout the entirety of conference season. Only have those 3 non-conference games. Get those out of the way, and then from there, it's all SEC ball.
And then, but the only thing is, Cody, and then that they would just go and then be like, well, look at who's won the national championship the last 15 years, when it's really just been Alabama and Georgia. But they would just tout that for your rebuttal. Although you bring up a very, very good point.
And also, you mentioned, only Alabama and Georgia. That's only 2 teams in the SEC. Yes, it's the SEC winning those titles, but it's literally only 2 teams. What has, outside of LSU, who else has won a national title that's represented the SEC in the last 15 years?
Alabama and Georgia.
I think if you consider, I guess we consider 2010, you could throw in Auburn there, but they haven't done much.
Yeah, Auburn. Yeah,
Auburn, but really, they haven't done anything since the Cam Newton days, outside of the 2013 season, which was crazy, but still.
Right. Exactly. There's exactly our point.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I just, I found out some news today. I was, I like to listen to our podcast just to see what we sound like and make sure the sound is on point. And I found out some interesting news that we are now presented by FanDuel, which is an update from uh, my bookie. So we're gonna take a look at our new presenting partner, FanDuel, because and we're gonna take a look at we're gonna take a look at the sports book, and then we're gonna take a look at maybe some college football odds and
Yeah.
see what's up.
Yeah, so kind of like what we did with my bookie, we're gonna take a look at like college football odds, maybe take a look at national championship odds, and well, I mean, right off the bat here, you already see the odds for the for Farmageddon in Ireland, Kansas State being a -3.5 point favorite, take over under 49.5, and money line spread -152 for the Wildcats, plus 126 for the Cyclones. Now, right off the bat, do you think this game goes over or under?
I actually think this game is going to go over. I think it's going to be a lot more high scoring.
Oh yeah, because I think both schools want to put on a show to start the season.
I agree. It's not going to be like Florida State, Georgia Tech. This one's going to be all right. These are two quality teams right off the bat. Not to mention that there's going to be the last two living Pop Tarts are going to be there.
Dude,
That's
you know
gonna
what?
be
Yeah,
amazing.
one of my thoughts for that is like they need to come up with a limited edition Guinness flavored Pop Tart, just for the
Dude. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
crazy if you have a Pop Tart that like tastes like Guinness. Dear God. All right. So we mentioned this a little bit ago, but the national championship odds, and looks like FanDuel is buying into the Arch Manning hype train a little bit here. They have Texas as the leading dog when it comes to the national championship winning odds at plus 550, followed by the current defending national champions Ohio State. We got Georgia at third with plus 650, Penn State fourth plus 750. Then you got Alabama and Oregon at plus 1100. So I'm really interested to see what Vegas sees in Penn State, because I feel like the loss of Tyler Warren has might hamper them a little bit. But I'm really curious to see what the development Drew Allen is like, and can James Franklin get over that hump of not winning in the big games that matter the most.
I think it's that, and then they also have both running backs coming back. I think that's
Oh
also
yeah,
why
yeah,
they're pretty
yeah.
high at Penn State.
Was it K-Tron Allen, Nick Singleton?
Yes,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
but and then we also have different odds for each conference. Let's take a look at some of the Big 12 odds to make the playoff. Arizona to make it. Let's see what their odds are. Plus 2,500. What's Arizona State odds? Plus 440, yes. Plus 700, no. What are Baylor's odds? Plus 540.
I think I do like Baylor's, because I really can see the Sawyer Robertson continuing the ball, and then Bryson Washington. I'm really curious to see what that duel does for Baylor this year.
Completely agree. Iowa State's odd. Ooh, plus 920? Oh, those might be that might be good odds. Those might be good odds. Yeah. These are probably good odds to win. Let's look at conference winners for the Big 12. Kansas State, of course, is at plus 500. If you guys are all in on Iowa State, you might want to do a two-legger. Iowa State has pretty good odds, plus 1,200 to win the Big 12. I'd take those odds along with that playoff odd. That's plus 2,100. That's very, very interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then also, if you want to put
I saw TCU with they had better odds than we did, so that's
yeah, that's really, really interesting to me. I'm like plus 800.
I'm guessing, yeah, because I think TCU I think they had a pretty solid end of last year. I think they finished I'm gonna take a look at their schedule. again, like in 2024, because they weren't too crazy. Oh, they went 9-4. That was a quiet 9-4.
It was a
TCU.
very, very quiet 9-4, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm take a look at the schedule. Let's see here. They did. Oh yeah, they did beat Texas Tech. So yeah, beat Texas
Ooh.
Tech. Yeah, 9-4, and then I think taking a look. I'm gonna take a look quickly at their schedule. Once again, off my own screen.
Mhm.
At Arizona State, Colorado, at Kansas State. They've got some tough games. Like I'm looking at here, but I feel like their non-con is definitely doable, and
Yeah.
I'd say outside of Arizona State, Kansas State, they have all winnable games. I
Nah,
mean, they do have
definitely. I
chances in
completely
Arizona
agree.
State and at Kansas State, but I think those are going to be the toughest games.
Nah, you're totally right on that. And since we are presented by FanDuel now, we're going to show you some of the promotions that they have. So, there is, with new customers, you have bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. There is a 30% profit boost on all parlays on any sport through today. Uh, a chance to instantly win $75,000, and there's a refer a friend from where if you refer a friend, you guys both get you guys both get 100% profit boost. So go ahead and gamble with FanDuel.
Mhm.
And also, uh, if you are in Illinois and you need help with responsible gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Just in case, if you struggle with gambling, get some help.
Yeah, always gamble responsibly at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so some final things that I wanted to talk about.
Sure.
Our main man Matt Thomas. Matt Thomas has found himself in the quite interesting world of The Bachelor.
Yeah, this was awesome. I saw this. I'm like, wait, who?
Wait, it's like wait. Is that the Matt Thomas I'm thinking of?
Yeah, he
I was like,
plays in Europe.
yeah. I was like, huh. That is the Matt Thomas that I was thinking of. So that's kind of crazy. This what a world we're living. Like Matt Thomas is what he's winning in life. Like that's what I'm gonna say. I don't know what it is, but dude's winning in life. Oh, dude, and some more national stuff. You see what's going on with
He
Memphis?
really is
You
a
know how
guy,
like we talked about
guy
Memphis
at
on the
that,
last show?
doing well for himself. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you didn't hear, you see what happened with Memphis?
Sorry, it's still loading, so I'm still trying to.
Okay.
Our apologies.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Tyler, until you see it, so basically, screenshots of. So basically, we're doing some science or play stealing or whatever. So former Memphis
Yeah.
defensive back Taj Ryle sent UTSA quarterback Owen McCown the Tigers' playbook before the game of UTSA and Memphis, and UTSA went on to win the game. So dude decided
Oh,
to
I
be
saw
his own
that.
team's biggest op.
Yo, yeah.
Like, okay, look at this. Just look at this. Like, honestly, we talked about Connor Stallion's sign stealing. This is on a whole different level because, bro, this is a.
Hey, yo.
What are we
This
doing?
is some nasty work right here.
I've never
Bet.
seen
But
somebody.
let me know if they cut your staff and I'll put in a word.
I've never seen
Yo.
somebody like literally DM an opposing player their own team's playbook. What? What? Oh boy.
This is diabolical behavior right here.
Yeah. What? That's so. So do we like? Okay, Connor Stallings is like that made Connor Stallings' sign stealing look like child's play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was definitely child's play compared to this.
Yeah, Connor
Bro
Stallings,
just
you've
got
officially been
tired.
replaced.
Yeah, bro just got tired. Like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna send you all the plays, bro.
I
Like,
was sending the entire thing.
you can have it all. Just like in that SpongeBob episode where
Oh,
Plankton's like, "You have to be more assertive." That's my ice cream
ice cream
cone.
cone.
Give it to him. Now give it to him. Here you go. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but that's nuts. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I don't have it here, but I just saw on my phone. Facing. Okay, so this is something that just came up about uh 15 minutes ago. Facing $147 million deficit, Iowa State athletics will halt Hilton Coliseum renovations up ticket prices. So this is just breaking from what I'm reading. So Iowa State University athletics, who is facing a $147 million budget deficit through 2031, is rolling out painful concessions, including indefinitely postponing construction of a new wrestling practice facility and a $25 million Hilton Coliseum renovation. Now, I know the renovations for Hilton Coliseum had been in talks the past few years because I'll admit it, yeah, I love the building, but it's shown its age sometimes. So there were talks about it, but it looks like it's being halted for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going through a tough time in college athletics. Iowa State's unfortunately going through a time, but I guess that's why they're building Saito.
Yeah, to try to see if they can make some revenue somewhere, and we know the obvious caveat of like selling alcohol at sports games, no doubt would do it. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's something
It's
to
not
really,
going to happen.
as much as I would love it for two, I just don't think with the current administration that we have, they're gonna allow it.
They're not. We just should. It's just a pipe dream that we just need to let go of, bro. It's
Yeah,
not going to happen.
yeah. At least under this administration, maybe if we get a new athletic director, possibly. But as with this current administration, I say it's off. It's off the table.
Right.
All right. Well,
And with that, we are going to conclude uh, the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Uh, we have some updated news um, for the podcast. So we are a top 15 sports podcasts in the state of Iowa, and I was looking at the feed spot list. I said top 50. We're actually coming at number 39 in the state of Iowa as the most listened to podcast overall in the state of Iowa. So thank you, state of Iowa listeners, for your continued support of the Believe in Iowa State podcast. We appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Cody, you can find Cody on Twitter at Matt Campbell Impersonator. Cody, what are you talking about?
I mean, I just mostly talked about just like I'm basically saying cautious optimism. We're going to the Final Four. I got a little bit of trolling from some Kansas fan who's like saying like this ain't 1944. I'm like, I know. That's why I put the cautious optimism. Okay, but
Let me be happy, damn it.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. And also just talking about volleyball and some random stuff, dude. That Big 12 tweet about like a 6-3 team stomach in the non-con, that was hilarious. What they haven't put, and it put Cyhawk. Dude,
Yeah, can you imagine if Iowa would have made the playoff at 8-4?
6-3 in
Oh.
conference?
Oh god.
Do you assume they would like it? Okay, so wait, I don't think they weren't even in the top four anyways of the automatic qualifiers. So unless they would have, no, they would have played in the what was it, the play-in tournament?
They would have gotten killed by who's the fourth team? Ohio State?
I believe, yeah, Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State was the fourth team, and you would have had to play in the shoe.
They would have gotten trounced by Ohio State. You would have gotten.
We would have been
Wait,
like,
didn't they play Ohio State last year?
yeah, they did. They got shut out.
Yeah, they lost
Or 35-7. It was either, yeah, I think it was 35-7. They got a garbage time touchdown.
It was hilarious. Yeah, it would be the same thing would happen. It'd be worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see here. Oh no! Iowa have had gone. I think they might have. Let me go take a look at the standings. What? Am I crazy? Yeah, it would have been Ohio State. So yeah. Anyways,
They probably would have lost anyway because they're all. I mean, once I mean their offense really ain't hard to figure out when you. So, but yeah, uh, and you can find me on Twitter at SciTi Guy. I'm getting slowly excited. I've been looking at some um, uh, clips from Cowboys training camp, so that's going to be really, really exciting. The defense is looking really, really good. Pickens and Lamb are looking really, really good. So I'm really, really crumble by like the halfway part of the season. As long as we don't get belt to ass by the Eagles in the first game, I'll be okay. um, and lastly, find us on social media at Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and now Twitch. We're on Twitch at Believe in ISU 2025. Once again, it is Believe in ISU 2025. So that will conclude today's show. And also, please like and subscribe to the podcast. Share with everyone that you know. Rate us 5 stars. Word of mouth. Tell everybody. Listen. Just comment. Do whatever. We're trying to get up in that algorithm, man. So like and subscribe, please. Thank you. All right. So for Tyler Carter,
and for Cody Van Steele,
this is the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Roll clones, baby.
go Cyclones.
All right. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. And we're gonna have to. We're rolling. We're rolling. We're still, but there's still trying to have us reconnect. But I don't know why this thing is rolling still. But it's so weird.
No. Dude, okay, so I looked at the standings. When we said like who Iowa would have had to play in in the play-in games, it wouldn't have been Ohio State,
Who would it have been?
Penn State.
Oh, that would have been so much worse.
It's one thing to play Ohio State in the shoe, like in the like in like the in the afternoon or something, because I wonder if they would have done that. But imagine having to play at Penn State when they like, because you know how their playoff with the whiteout.
Oh yeah, that would have been insane.
Dude. Yeah, buckle up, Iowa. You're in for a long night at Happy Valley.
Yeah, you sure are.
And let's see. And then I'm looking here, just on the outside of there was a three-way tie for 7th with Michigan, Minnesota, and Rutgers.
I mean, either way, you would have gotten killed by one of those teams. Either way, um, like it's crazy to me.
Yep.
But we're gonna really close out this thing. I'm sorry. That's why we're still going. It's just for some reason we're trying to reconnect. So Cody, if you just stay with me real quick, we're gonna try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm just here rambling on incoherently. Not sure. Oh,
We're back. All right, so now we can finally close this podcast out properly. So for Tyler Carter,
and for Cody Vecchiolo,
this is the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Roll clones, baby.
go Cyclones.
Oh, baby.